All right. Can everyone hear me? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me right now. Let me know in the chat if I'm good. If you can hear me, let me know. All right. We got a lot of people in here. We got a lot of people coming in. We're going to get everyone a moment to come in, and then we are going to address the latest updates with the war in Iran. And it has been a big, big day. Before we get started, as always, please make sure you like the video and you're subscribed to the page. You got to be subscribed for 20 minutes to be in the live chat. That makes sure we keep all of the trolls out. We keep all the people who are only here to cause problems out. So you got to be there for 20 minutes, subscribe for 20 minutes, and then you are locked and loaded for the live, to get in the live chat. In the live chat right now, if you're just joining us, let us know where you're watching from. Where are you watching the episode from? And then I want to see so many American flags in that chat. I can't even count them all. And due to how many people here, we're going to set the floor for the super chats at $10. I know that we already have one in, and we'll read that one no matter what. I did see that, so I'm going to get that, what that message is about, up on the screen. So we'll let everyone roll in right now. We'll give it about 5 minutes total, and then we will get into it as we always do. Let me get some stuff lined up here. I was literally working on information right up until the moment I hit go live. So I was a little bit late. I hope you guys all understand. We've got a lot going on at the moment, and I want to make sure we have the best information for all of you out there on the internet. All right, here we go. We've got more information coming in. Obviously, we are going to be leading tonight with the naval mine situation in the Strait of Hormuz. We're going to jump into it at the 5-minute mark. I'm seeing a lot of American flags. I love it. Let's get a poll going right away. Let's get a poll started. All right. First poll of the night. Who do you all think is currently winning the war? We've got USA. Obviously, that's what I expect almost everyone is going to be voting for. We're already at 3,000 concurrents. A lot of people coming in. Love seeing those American flags. Show your support for the troops, the men and women on the front lines, forward deployed in the theater of war as we roll out. So again, super chat minimum tonight is $10. If you are coming in at $5 right now, I will read them all because I know you guys are just rolling in at this moment as we enter day 11 of the war against Iran. We're going to give it 2 more minutes, and then we are going to get right into the situation. Make sure everything is teed up, ready for you guys to go as we enter this critical hour, this critical moment in the war against Iran. I hope you all are having a wonderful night. I hope you all are, it's a serious situation. It's a serious time. Let's treat it with the seriousness it deserves. We have an update on American casualties. We have a total of 150 that have been injured and wounded in combat operations. 8 of those are in serious, critical/serious condition. The death toll, I believe, now sits at 7 combat deaths. I think there's been some medical incidents, at least 2 unrelated to combat, and then a total of 150 wounded, with 108 of those already returning to service. So we're going to give everyone 1 more minute to come in here. And make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the page. That is the best way for us to guarantee that the truth gets out there, the best information gets out there, not fake news, not BS rumors, none of that. We are telling what's going on no matter what it is. So we've got California in the house. We've got prayers for the troops. We've got, what do we got? What else? What else? So we got Texas. We got U.S., South Africa, Georgia, Colorado, England. We love the good people of England, even if your government right now isn't exactly great. We've got more Georgia in the house. We got Tennessee here. We got Wisconsin here. So we've got people from all over the country that are here. Get your questions ready. I'm taking them all. Get your super chats. We've got a lot to discuss, and now let's jump into it. So today is March 10th. We are on the 11th day of combat operations against the Islamic regime. The United States continues to flood military resources into the combat theater, carrying out today extensive and overwhelming strikes on targets throughout Iran in what is being described as the heaviest day of bombing since the war has begun. We continue to hit critical command and control structures throughout Iran. We are hitting military sites. We are hitting IRGC sites. We are hitting government sites. We are sinking their Navy. We have some footage of that, 2 videos of the latest naval strikes. I can report to the American people now that more than 50 Iranian ships have been sunk. That is right, 50 Iranian ships. Earlier today, a couple hours ago, my last regular video that I posted, I encourage you all to go watch that. It was about the landmine situation. So I'm going to put this on the screen for everyone right now. Put it up there for you. So at this moment, Iran is mining the Strait of Hormuz with naval mines. Why is this critically important? If they mine the Strait of Hormuz, they put all of our military ships in great danger. They put all commercial shipping vessels at great danger, and they put all oil tankers at great danger. Their plan is to make the Strait of Hormuz so that no ships can go through it. They want to shut down the Strait of Hormuz completely. They want to try to cripple the entire global economy. That is how sick and twisted these people are. So they today, just hours ago, began the process of mining the Strait of Hormuz and what can only be described as the biggest escalation since the war has started. When it comes to how many mines they have, reports indicate they have 6,000 naval mines that they are going to try to mine the Strait of Hormuz with. We must strike fast, we must strike hard, and we must guarantee that any attempt to mine the Strait of Hormuz, which is what you see on your screen at this moment, is 1,000% stopped, that they are not able to do this. What they are hoping for is that they can get oil to $200-$300 a barrel. If they can cut off 20-25% of the global oil supply, prices will skyrocket. They're hoping the Gulf states turn against America, that the American public turns against the government. I am here to tell the Iranian leaders that simply is not going to happen. We stand with our government. We stand with the military. We stand with our allies, and we are going to guarantee that that will not be tolerated. On that note, President Trump, right here on the screen, announcing, quote, "I am pleased to report that within the last few hours, we have hit and completely destroyed 10 mine-laying boats and or ships, more to follow." So President Trump announcing to the world that we have right now hit, okay, we've got news coming in. Hold on. We've got news coming in at this very moment. I'm going to hold it for just a second while we get through this. So President Trump announcing at this very moment that we have struck their boats that are mining. Now, I spoke to a source of mine who informed me that there is it's kind of a double-edged blade here. The Iranians don't really have the time to mine the Strait of Hormuz correctly if they were going to be strategic about it. My source telling me what they will do is they will just drop these mines wherever they can get them, and they will not care one bit who is hit by them, who is killed by them, what ships are sunk by them. So we're not going to let that happen. The United States is going to hit hard. We are going to hit fast, and we are going to make sure that any boat, any ship that is attempting to lay mines is sunk to the bottom of the sea. And President Trump, as you can see on your screen right now, announcing that we have already sunk multiple ships attempting to mine the Strait of Hormuz. On that point, I'm going to, right here, This is footage released by CENTCOM an hour ago showing some of the ships that were attempting to lay mines being blown up and destroyed. Let's watch it right now. So you can see missile away, good hit. Absolutely destroyed. Right there. So those are the ships. They're going to try to use these small little boats that you see right here on your screen. I'll pause it. Those are boats that don't just carry missiles, small missiles. Those are boats that can also lay the mines. So they are using those to mine the Strait of Hormuz at this very moment. And now the United States of America Central Command releasing footage showing that those boats have been hit and are now sunk. So we continue to target the ships wherever we can find them. And that is what you are looking at, what you are seeing right now as the overwhelming military force right there. So this could be used. We'll go here. This is a classic example of a ship that they could use to push the mines into the water, roll them off into the water, and now let's watch it get blown up. So we are hitting them wherever we can find them. And more footage here also showing missile ships and other Navy ships getting hit and getting hit hard. Right there, you can see a missile cook off. And that is a small submarine that has been hit. Right there, more ships getting hit. So we are going out of our way to ensure that the Strait of Hormuz stays open. And this is the biggest escalation since the war has started, bar none. This is moving us into a new era of combat against the Islamic dictatorship of Iran. Now I'm going to put this up on the screen. This is from open source intel, reports of ballistic missiles coming in at Israel. This is ballistic missiles coming in, interceptors are in the air. Interceptors up. Do we have interception? It looks like we might. Yes, interception. The Iranian ballistic missiles have been hit moments ago. Moments ago in Israel, the ballistic missiles have been hit and taken down. So we're going to run this live stream just like we've run all of the live streams since the war started. We're going to switch between breaking news updates as well as taking your questions. So we just touched on the Strait of Hormuz. Now I'm going to do some questions from the audience. We've got now 6,700 people watching. If you're just coming in, you're just watching, please make sure to like the video and make sure you're subscribed to the page and put as many American flags as many American flags as we can in the chat. Let's get to some of these questions. Now, if you got in for less than $10, I will still read it because that was a start. Yes, I have this. I will put this on the screen right now. So this is allegedly footage of the highly secretive B-21 stealth bomber, the Raider, America's next generation stealth bomber. It has been photographed flying, being towed and aerial refueled by a KC-135. So this is $5 from Eagles fan Clark. I do not know if this is bound for Iran. I do not know if this is a training flight, but the B-21 is the most advanced stealth bomber in the history of the world. The United States building as many as we can, as fast as we can, to make sure we maintain our military edge. Any update on the 3rd Carrier Strike Group location? So we are sending, it is believed, the George H.W. Bush Carrier Strike Group to relieve the Ford. I do not know where that carrier is at this moment. It has not been told to the public, but we are rushing in, surging in at this very moment, another Carrier Strike Group into the region. So thank you very much. I don't know where it is, but we are bringing more heat in. We got some new members. Thank you very much, Kevin Stakanswitz. What measures do we have against the underwater mines? The United States has mine removal capabilities. We have mine removal ships. They will have to go in guided by other ships to protect them, and then they can remove and or destroy the mines. So we have that capability. That capability is about to be put to use. It is about to be tested, and we are going to find out just how good that capability is now that Iran has chosen to open Pandora's box. And we're going to hit them so hard. We're going to hit them in ways they have never been hit before. But yes, we have mine countermeasures. We have capabilities. We can do it. It's risky. It's dangerous, but we cannot let them mine the Strait of Hormuz. Absolutely not. Right here, we got $5 from Michael. He's watching from Kansas. Love the good people of Kansas. All right, here we go. So we just touched on this. $50 from Trent. Is the George H.W. Bush on its way to Iran? I've heard news on the internet that it is. So we just talked about that. It is believed that there is the George H.W. Bush carrier is believed to be on its way or getting ready. It was doing a pre-deployment exercise. It is believed that that will be the next carrier on its way to the Iran conflict as this situation gets more brutal and more violent and the war rages on. And I want to be crystal clear with you all. We need to be mentally prepared for this to last not just 1 or 2 more days. We are uprooting a cancer from the region, a cancer from the world. That is going to take time. Could take 3 weeks, could take 5 weeks, could take 8 weeks. It's not going to happen overnight. The Iranians continue to fight, continue to show they have some offensive capabilities to launch missiles. So I thank you very much for the super chat. The George H.W. Bush carrier is believed to be heading that way. All right, we got another $10. Oh, same guy, Kansas, still here. All right, Kevin Stanskowitz. Should the U.S. Marines seize Karg Island, the primary oil export terminal of Iran, and the Hormuz Islands, Keshem, to protect the Strait of Hormuz? This is a great segue to will there be boots on the ground? Will there be boots on the ground? I believe we will see Tier 1 Special Operations, Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, at some point enter the country to secure sensitive site locations. Bombing some sites is not going to be enough to know whether or not you destroyed everything. You're going to need guys who are going to have to go in and look and visually confirm the uranium is secure. Karg Island, another possibility, although I don't think at this time that is what we are planning on doing. Not going to say never, not going to say we won't do it ever, but it's not something I think we will do at this very moment. We got $15 from Tootie Bug, no question attached. Thank you very much. Another question about Karg Island, the soldier for $10. Personally, I say go for it. I do wonder if this is an argument that it is boots on the ground in Iran. Thoughts? So again, I do expect Tier 1 operators to enter at very specific, very narrow scope mission, boots on the ground in Iran. I do not think we will see a mass deployment. I do not know. Karg Island would be high on the target list for them to take with force if they plan on doing that. All right, here we go. We got Havoc the Goat, $20. Remember, $10 minimum. I don't miss a video. I trust you only for my updates. Thank you for all you do. And God bless the USA and our troops. Well, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for the super chats. I'm trying to make sure I get the best information to everyone possible so that you guys know what is going on and you can make informed opinions and decisions as the war continues to rage. Love the channel. Thanks for the updates. How close do you think the regime is to actual collapse right now? Also, how much power do you think the USA is using compared to its full potential? Amazing question. The regime is on the ropes, but there is still a lot of work to do. There are many more people on the target list. And on that note, let me pull up this update. There are reports. So this is the new leader of Iran. I'm going to put him up on the screen. This is the new leader. Let me get this ready for you guys. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second. Stay with me. Stay with me. This is the new leader of Iran. Mojtaba Khamenei. It is believed at this time that he is in critical condition, possibly close to dying. There are some reports that he has been amputated or of his leg. His leg was amputated. And in fact, Pete Hegseth spoke about this today. Let me see if I can find the video. Spoke about this today when in the press conference. I'm going to pull this up for you by Mary Margaret Olahan of the Daily Wire. Got to make sure I have the right video here. Give me 1 second. So I make sure I got it. We are believing Hegseth was asked about the health of the dictator, declining to give too many details, but I thought I had the video right in front of me. Maybe I don't. Let me see if I can find it, and I will get back to that. But it is believed that the dictator is in critical condition. Here, I know who I can get it from. So that is what we know about the dictator's condition. There are some reports he does not even know he is the new supreme leader because he is in a coma. Again, these are unconfirmed reports. These are not known for sure, but that is where we are at. How much power do I think the U.S. is using right now compared to its full potential? We are using a fraction, a tiny fraction of our full potential. If we took the handcuffs off and we decided we want to go all the way, like we were fighting China, like we would fight in a conflict against China, we would be looking at a very, very different situation. We don't need even close to our full power in order to win. And all right, I think I have it right here. Give me a second. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to put this up on the screen. I did find it. Give me a second. This is from Mary Margaret Olahan. Let's watch the question.
Wounded. Do you know if this is true and what his condition is? And then another one, President Trump said he had a really good call with President Putin yesterday. Will Russia be aiding us in this conflict? And can you share anything on that?
Well, the president, as I've said before, maintains strong relationships with world leaders, which creates opportunities and options for us in very dynamic ways. So the president said it was a good call. I was not on it, but those that were said it was a strong call, reaffirming hopefully the opportunity for some peace in Russia, Ukraine, and also a recognition that as it pertains to this conflict, they should not be involved. The first question was
on the new leader of Iran. There's reports that he's been wounded.
Oh, the new leader of Iran. He would be wise to heed the words of our president, which is to not pursue nuclear weapons and come out and state as such. As far as his status, that's not something I can comment on right.
So Pete Hegseth declining to comment on the status of the new leader of Iran. So that is where we are at on that. All right, we got a lot of questions coming in. We got $9. I'm going to pull this off the screen real quick. No question attached. Thank you very much. What if Russia and China get in the fight? Michael Watch from Kansas. Russia and China are supplying intelligence to Iran. There are reports China is also supplying weapons to Iran. I do not think China and Russia will enter past that. Why do I say that? China and Russia watched us kill the leader of Iran, bomb their country into oblivion, bomb it back to the Stone Age, and they know damn well what is going to happen to them in the event that they enter the fight and decide that that is what they want to do. They are going to get the same treatment that Iran did. Russia has its hands full in Ukraine at this very moment, right? They can't even get a victory there, or not a clean victory anyways. China is building up for the invasion of Taiwan. They will continue to ship weapons to Iran. They need the Iranian regime to stay in power because they get a huge chunk of their oil from Iran. And once we get rid of the Iranian regime, that oil is gone forever. However, I don't think they're going to send troops because those troops wouldn't last long against American air power, U.S. bombers in the sky. All right, let me see what we got for new updates. Let's see what we got for new updates. what do we have as information about the war continues to flow in at this very moment. So I'm checking to see what the latest updates are coming in. All right. We have missile launches. I'm going to get this on the screen for you. Iran has launched more missile alerts across Israel. It is believed more missiles are in the air, heading towards Israel from Iran. Iran launching more ballistic missiles at Israel at this very moment. So we will see. We will hopefully get an update. Shouldn't take long before we find out the fate of those missiles. So stay with me here as we do that. At this moment, all right, minutes ago, Saudi Arabia, Saudi Ministry of Defense reports that ballistic missiles were launched tonight by Iran at the Prince Sultan Air Base in the south of Riyadh, all intercepted by air defenses. So six ballistic missiles fired at the U.S. or the Saudi base housing U.S. troops. We can now report, according to early indications, all missiles have been intercepted. All missiles have been taken down. So updates continue to roll in. We'll get to some more questions here. $20. Probably boots already on the ground with the Israelis. Gas leak explosion. My ass. Remember when I was making all the videos weeks ago about all the mysterious gas leaks going on in Iran? They had buildings being blown up, military bases being blown up, critical infrastructure being blown up. And I said to everyone who would listen, there's no way these are gas leaks. No way these are all gas leaks. What did I say for those of you who remember? If you remember what I was saying, let's put it in the chat right now. I'll give you guys a couple seconds. What was I saying it was when all the gas leak explosions were going on? Let's see if anyone can guess it correctly. Let's see if anyone can get it. I'll give it a couple seconds. What did I say it was? Black Ops. There you go. I got to reposition my chair. I said we were setting the conditions and setting the table for the war to actually start, knocking out critical infrastructure and conducting a psychological operation against the regime. Then the fighter jets and the bombers show up, and now it's on for real. Now it's on. The war is on. That's exactly what it was. There were people on the ground in a covert capacity, black ops capacity, blowing up targets on the ground, and then the war rolls into that. There have been some reports that Israeli commandos have entered Iran for unknown reasons post the war starting. We don't know what their missions were. We don't know what they were hitting, but we know they are there. All right, here we go. We'll get to the next question. The Punisher for $10. God bless our troops. Thank you, David, for bringing us the news and keeping us up to date. Dan and my son Daniel from Michigan. I got a bunch of family from Michigan, which is why I have a Detroit Lions helmet right behind me. I love the good people of Michigan. Wish you had a little bit of a better governor, but not everything can be perfect at all times. Wisconsin also beat Michigan in basketball and Michigan State this year, so that was kind of cool to see. Thank you very much. And yes, God bless our troops. Let's see some more American flags in the chat to show support for the troops. So for those of you who are just joining us, make sure to like and subscribe. Like the video. That is the best way to get the truth out there. We have already discussed the Strait of Hormuz being mined. The biggest escalation of the war, the United States responding by sinking multiple more Iranian ships. Iran is believed to have up to 6,000 mines. So they have a lot of mines. They will continue to use those mines. All right. Hold on one second. I think we might have an update, but I just want to be sure. Give me 1 second to check this before I do. All right. Mentally prepared for life. Donald Trump 2028. I don't think Trump's going to still be president. I don't think he's going to run, but actually that's a good question. Who do you guys think is doing better right now, JD Vance or Marco Rubio? The two leading people that it looks like. Hold on, I'm getting information in. Give me 1 second. I appreciate you guys staying here with me. The information continues to flood in. All right, what do we got? Are the Kurdish forces fighting the IRGC on the ground in northwest Iran? How about the Baltistan Liberation Army in southeastern Iran? Will Azerbaijan or Turkish ground forces with air and the IRGC? Azerbaijan and Turkey, even though they have been both attacked, do not seem eager or interested in entering the war directly. I can't tell you why. I don't know what their logic is. I don't know what they're worried about behind closed doors. There have been some reports of Kurdish clashes with regime loyalists inside Iraq. The militias loyal to the Iranian regime inside Iraq have seen heavy clashes against the Kurds. It's unconfirmed at this moment whether or not the Kurds have entered directly into Iran to start fighting in there. I do think at some point in time, you will see the Kurds go in as a ground force element. So that is what I think. I do not know. All right, we got more news. Going to put this on the screen. Keep your super chats coming. This is from the UAE announcing that air defenses are working to intercept Iranian missiles and drones. So Iranian missile and drones are raining down on a variety of targets across the region. We've got Saudi Arabia under attack. We have Israel under attack. We have the UAE under attack. So 3 countries that we know about at this moment are under direct attack by Iran as this is playing out. So we continue to follow and see what is going on as this situation continues to unfold. All right, let me make sure we check the updates. All right, we've got rocket attacks underway in Iraq. They might be hitting a U.S. location in Iraq at this very moment. I'm going to wait for confirmation before we know for sure what is going on at this very moment. The situation, incredibly serious, incredibly dire, and I will make sure to keep you all updated. All right, we got some more questions coming in. All right, I know Tony didn't hit the $10, but he's a loyal viewer. God bless you. I missed the first 30 minutes. Are you guys getting my notifications? When I post a video, are you guys getting the notifications? I'm hearing from a lot of people. They're not getting their notifications anymore. Let me know in the comments right now whether or not you are still getting notifications when I post videos. All right, $10. Emilio, I don't believe Iran will ever surrender. If this is the case, would an idea be that the U.S. military and Israel put boots on the ground to lead the people to complete the overwhelming overthrow? I never want to say never. I don't know what the end goal could be. I don't know what the end strategy could be or what the trigger point could be for boots on the ground. I do not think you're going to see large amounts of U.S. boots on the ground. I think what you will see is special operations commandos go into specific areas. Let's get familiar with the name Esfahan. Esfahan. Say it with me. Esfahan. What is Esfahan? I'm going to put this on the screen for you all. This right here. Let me get it up for you. Give me a second. Computer's going a little slow. What is this? This is Esfahan, one of the most secretive, well-fortified, and heavily guarded nuke facilities that they have. Let's see if there's another picture. Let me see if I can zoom in. I don't know if I can zoom in, unfortunately, but that is what it is. I think there is a good chance, and this is Esfahan that you see on your screen right now. I think there is a good chance you will see American forces at some point, if the regime refuses to capitulate soon, refuses to surrender soon, and just let us in. I know there are plans that have been publicly reported about, including by my fiance, Shelby Talcott, semaphore.com, Go read the report that one of the options President Trump has is to send in American special operations units to take this by force. I'm not going to go into what that would look like. I'm not going to go into how they would conduct that mission. We're not going to help the bad guys. But publicly reported by Semaphore, by Shelby Talcott, best reporter in D.C., been reported by Axios, been reported by, in a different way, the New York Times. I think CBS News reported on it. This is now gaining serious traction. Hold on. We're getting more information in. Just got to make sure it's all correct. All right, it looks like airstrikes underway. I'm going to put this on the screen, then we're going to get to more questions. Give me 1 second to get this teed up for you. 1 second. Stay with me. Everyone. All right, Hezbollah getting hit at this very moment. Airstrikes underway. Right there. Boom. Airstrikes underway. We have airstrikes on Hezbollah and possibly IRGC targets in Lebanon at this very moment. Let's watch it again. Explosion right there. So airstrikes are underway in Lebanon at this very moment. We are watching the war unfold in real time together. There's no place I'd rather be than watching it with all of you guys. So thank you very much for being here with me as we do this together. All right, next question up. We got a $10 super sticker. Thank you very much. I think Israel's reason would be looking for the uranium. Tony, 2A bet, $5. Tony, I did put the minimum at $10, but you've been such a loyal viewer. Obviously can't say no to you. Israel does not have the ability, and please, everyone, do not take what I'm about to say with, hard feelings. Israel does not have the ability to go in and destroy a nuke facility in the same capacity the United States does. They're capable of conducting a lot of raids, a lot of black operations raids. This is a different animal. The United States has teams that train solely for that job. And they have technology, and most importantly, they have air assets that Israel does not. Specifically, B-2 stealth bombers that can help clear the way, the B-1, the B-52, the B-21. Israel has no strategic bombers. They do have F-35s. They don't have F-22s. So the air power you would need to bring in, and again, I don't want to talk about mission details in great detail, but there have been missions in the past, I will say, that we have done not on a nuke facility like this, but that showed American capabilities in the early days of Afghanistan, for example. No other military has the ability to do. It is just that simple. So if boots are on the ground to take this facility, it's going to be American boots. It's going to have to be. It's the only way to guarantee it works. All right. Do you think we are supplying weapons to the citizens of Iran, or will we start, since the ideas have them rise up? Great question. This is from Evandale Firearms, LLC. My guess, and I don't have any inside information on this, so this is speculation. Remember when the protests first started, and some protesters magically found their hands on rifles and pistols and shotguns, none of which civilians are allowed to have in Iran. Someone smuggled those weapons in. And whoever did that, you can guarantee is smuggling them in now. But let me pull up Trump's speech the night the war started. I do believe we will move weapons in, but I believe we are waiting. We don't want them on the streets just yet. We do not want the people of Iran, here we go, on the streets just yet. Here we go. So this is Trump. I'm going to put this on the screen. The night he announced the mission, telling people to stay indoors and stayed sheltered.
Of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or in the alternative, face certain death. So lay down your arms. You will be treated fairly with total immunity, or you will face certain death. Finally, to the great proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations. For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond. America is backing you with overwhelming strength and devastating force. Now is the time to seize control of your destiny and to unleash the prosperous and glorious future that is close within your reach.
So President Trump initially telling people stay inside, stay indoors. There are going to be bombs dropping everywhere. And there are bombs dropping everywhere. So I think the time will come where the Iranian people are smuggled weapons. They are smuggled guns. They are smuggled rifles. And at that point in time, that is when they will rise up, hopefully, and retake their country from the sadistic, disgusting Islamic regime that has oppressed them. So right now, I don't know how many guns have been moved. I don't know who has them. I do believe 100% we will arm them. We will move guns in. And thank you, Evandale Firearms LLC, for the massive super chat. Thank you very much. Curious, but has your opinion on the Israeli military changed since the war started? They seem to have performed well, makes up for the British cowardice. Boy, the UK has turned into a complete joke. Well, first off, the people of the UK, the proud patriots in the UK, I know two members of the 22 SAS, their version of Delta Force. I love those guys, great guys. The patriotic people of the UK are amazing. Their government has turned into a clown show. And I know we got a lot of people in the UK watching this. I love all of you. The government of the UK denying the US help, denying use of bases was shameful. My opinion on the Israeli military has not really changed. I have always been consistent. The Israeli military is capable of conducting outstanding operations. The Beeper attack, their Air Force has done exceptional things in the Iranian war, not just this time, but in the 12-day war. They fought the war of 67. They fought the Yom Kippur War of 73. There have been a ton of other conflicts. We'd be here all day if we sat and talked about them. They have great capabilities in that. And anyone who says they don't, or anyone who says they don't have good intelligence capabilities is lying to you. What they don't have is the manpower, the budget, and the technology the United States does. And Israel shouldn't feel bad about that. No country on the face of the planet does. So that is my opinion of the Israeli military, that they are capable of doing some really good things. They do not have the capabilities the United States has, and it's not even close. So Tony, you didn't have to send another $10. Sorry, didn't know about the $10 rule. No worries, dude. You're one of the best viewers we got. All right. $10. Thanks for everything you do, David. It feels good knowing I'm getting the truth. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much for the $10. My promise to all of you, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. My promise to all of you is I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't care if the truth is painful to share. I don't care if the truth makes us unhappy. I don't care if the truth is a difficult pill to swallow. I'm going to tell you the truth. And if I get it wrong, I'm going to come back and I'm going to say, I got that wrong. I get stuff wrong. We all get stuff wrong. The question is, can you admit it when you get it wrong? And when I get it wrong, I'm going to admit it to you. But the goal is always to get it as right as I possibly can. So thank you very much for the $10. Overthrowing the regime is unlikely. It is more likely this will be another Vietnam. This is $10 from Always Ultra. Special forces might be an option, but the administration saying that publicly is a huge tactical mistake. The only way this is going to be another Vietnam is if we commit a massive ground force, which the United States government has said that they don't really have any interest in doing. Now, listen, things can change. Things can change on a dime. Things can change at any given moment. But as of right now, there is no appetite for a ground invasion in Iran. I would expect it to stay that way. Now, I want to put this on the screen. Pete Hegseth announcing that the bombings you will see today are going to be, which are likely happening at this very moment, the biggest and best and most overwhelming of the war so far. Let's watch.
For example, today will be yet again our most intense day of strikes inside Iran. The most fighters, the most bombers, the most strikes, intelligence more refined and better than ever. So that's on one hand. On the other hand, the last 24 hours have seen Iran fire the lowest number of missiles they've been capable of firing yet. Just the bifurcation, just the trend lines that we talked about on our first briefing.
So there is Pete Hegseth saying that the biggest bombings of the war are expected to commence right now at this time, which will be happening throughout a wave of strikes today. All right, we've got strikes underway. We've got strikes underway in Iran. Hold on. This is Quaz Island in Iran right here. Strikes are underway. You can see explosions in the distance. Strikes underway. Right now, we are hitting Iran. The bombs are falling at this very moment. Unbelievable. Unbelievable as we continue to hit regime targets wherever they may be. All right, I'm going to pause this quick. So that is, we now know strikes continue. Strikes continue to be underway. It looks like we have more strike footage out of Beirut. Hold on, hang tight. Going to get this on the screen for you. More strikes underway. This is in Lebanon. Look at that explosion. Look at that explosion on your screen at this very moment. We are pummeling them. All right, I'm gonna end the chat or the poll we just had. 87% of you, after almost 5,100 votes, saying the United States is winning the war. So I would love to hear from the 13% who think we're not. Explain that viewpoint to me. Explain why you think we are not winning the war. I'd be very curious. I'm open-minded, but all signs point to us continuing to hit their targets wherever they might be. All right, I'm looking for updates. Stay with me here. Stay with me here. All right, we've got footage. Hang tight. This is footage coming out of a Hezbollah firing position that has been hit. You can see the impact. For all the people who are just joining us, please make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you are subscribed to the page and join the membership if that's something that's interesting to you for special perks. All right, we'll get to some more questions. You guys are killing it with the super chats. I'm wondering if insurgencies will roll in. IG 2003, 2004 Fallujah, Ramadi coming to fight Americans. Now not to fight Americans, but to try to start a new pseudo-government and take control. Anything's possible. Anything is possible. You have to be aware of all the risks. You have to be aware of all the ways the situation can go wrong. Hubris is a deadly disease when it comes to war and foreign affairs. Ego is a deadly disease when it comes to foreign affairs and war. So for anyone to say that's not going to happen is foolish, and they're putting lives at risk. However, having said that, the good people of Iran are well educated, very, very smart, They're a historic people, the Persian people, they're proud people. I think 85, 90, 95% of people of Iran want nothing to do with the insane dictatorship, and they are more than happy to fight and retake control of their government if and when the opportunity does present itself. But again, I don't know. The situation, as always, is going to get dicey. All right, we've got more. We're now hearing reports. There are explosions in the Navy port of Bandar Abbas. According to open source intel, loud explosions, Rakam and Bandar Abbas after Tehran. So we don't have footage of this yet, but we are now getting reports in that they are getting hammered at their main naval port. And that is further proof, further sign that the U.S. airstrikes are not only not slowing down, they are heating up. All right, we'll pull that down for a moment. We got $10. No message from PMP or PMP Auto 5055. Thank you very much. What do you think about the U.S. being attacked from within? Also, do you think Iran still has these killer missiles they're talking about? I heard Israel's not being truthful about their damage. Great question. I've addressed this on previous streams. I'll address it again. Situational awareness can save your life. If you're in a situation, because we've heard the threats of sleeper cells, and there was just a report from ABC News yesterday on March 9th that the U.S. intel communities intercepted signals indicating that the sleeper cells were being activated. So my advice to everyone on part one here, if you're in a situation, number one, know your local gun laws. And if you want to carry a weapon and you're able to do so, that's a decision you're going to have to make. Probably not a bad idea, but know your laws. Know what the law is wherever you are. Number two, if your gut feels like something is wrong, it probably is. Put one foot in front of the other and walk out of there and call the police immediately. Let them know the situation doesn't feel right and you want them to come check it out. Better safe than sorry. On point two about these killer missiles. I don't know. You'd think they would have started using them by now. You would think that they would start using all these secret weapons that they talk about, but they haven't so far. So maybe they're holding them in reserve. I don't know. Maybe. So, okay, this is actually very interesting. Iran has what are called missile cities. What does that mean? They're underground. It's where they hide their missiles and launchers, and then they try to do what's called shoot and scoot. So they're going to pop their launcher out real quick, fire it, and try to get it back inside or to a different location to hide it. Here we go. We bombed the entrances to the missile cities, caving them in. So they can't even get their launchers out to shoot. Now, with enough time, could they dig them out? They certainly could. There's no indication they've done that thus far. So a lot of their missiles, to be fair, could be buried. Could be buried in the missile cities that B-2 bombers. We use B-2 bombers dropping 2,000-pound bombs on these sites to collapse the entrances, to stop them from getting their missiles out. So I don't know where their super secret missiles are. I don't know why they haven't used more of them. They fired some big ones. They haven't fired them all. They've only fired a fraction of what they claim they have. I don't believe a word they say. You can't trust them at all. They are a terrible regime and a dishonest regime. So that is the fact of the matter. Hold on one second. We got more information coming in. All right. And then on your last question about Israel not being truthful about the damage, I know that there are restrictions in Israel about what can be filmed and posted online. Israel has taken multiple direct hits. They have taken damage. I don't know what you have heard they have or haven't said they've taken. They have taken direct hits. Is a lot of the videos you're seeing going around are AI? A lot of them. I saw one where it looked like all of Tel Aviv had essentially been nuked, completely fake. Complete bullshit. I saw one where it said all of Delta Force had been captured. Completely fake, completely bullshit. I can say with supreme confidence, Israel has taken direct hits. I do not know the extent of the damage. Israel's had people killed. They've had a lot of people wounded. So I don't know what people are saying they're lying about. They have taken damage, but those people like Scott Ritter and Douglas McGregor, who don't have any clue what they're talking about, ignore them. Ignore them, ignore them, ignore them. They have no idea what world they're living in. Anything they say, I don't trust it at all. Take it worth a grain of salt. All right. Yeah. And furthermore, Iran is claiming that they've killed like 10,000 U.S. troops, that they sunk all of our ships, that we're in full retreat. It's all lies. It is all lies. Thank you very much for the super chat. $10. No message. Joey Joe, 88.92. Thank you very much. $20. Remember, guys, we're doing a $10 minimum tonight because we got so many. So please, I'm trying to make sure everyone who hits that threshold, we have time to read their message. Here we go. My bad not knowing the rule. That one is on me. I absolutely love your content and have been watching daily. With that being said, was today really the most brutal? If someone asked this already, I apologize. I just joined. No need to apologize. We did play Hegseth's comments. We don't know. We don't have footage yet. Hegseth said today would be the most brutal, but we do not know because footage has not come out yet of the strikes. So we don't know at this time whether or not that is actually the case. By the way, did you guys see this footage? I'm going to put this on the screen for you all. And if you're just tuning in, make sure to like the video. Make sure you are subscribed. Did you guys see this video? Give me 1 second. Got a little tech hiccup. All right, we're good to go. This is the first time ever, I got to pull this comment off the screen, that the THAAD air defense system has been filmed in action. I'm going to give you a fair warning. This is going to be loud. So this is the most advanced air defense system in the theater. Intercepting missiles, intercepting ballistic missiles. Listen, I mean, I know we just saw this, but listen to the noise. Put some American flags in the chat because this noise is America coming to kick your ass. Incredible. Incredible, incredible. By the way, guys, if you have any tips, my Instagram, David_Hookstead, XD Hookstead, that's where you can find me on social media. You guys have been amazing, 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 providing me tips on a variety of different topics and information as the war is continuing. And I appreciate that. So please do not stop. Do not stop at all. Keep sending me all the information that you guys got. All right, here we go. We've got new members. Thank you to all of you who are joining the membership. Thank you for reporting. USA, $10. Michelle Phillips, thank you very much. I'm doing my best. I'm exhausted. I've barely slept since the war started. But if you guys have the energy to be here and watch, I have no excuse to not bring that same energy to make sure you guys are getting the truth. All right. This is from Angry Music Supers, $10. More than 1.7 million Americans are veterans with PTSD. Majority of those are from the GWAT. This is the head of the snake. It's about time we ended this. Great point. Iran is responsible during the GWAT in Iraq. Who was building all the roadside bombs? Who were building the deep penetrators that were blowing up U.S. armored vehicles? Who was responsible for a lot of our soldiers dying? It was Iran. And the day and time of justice for Iran has finally shown up. They are getting what they've had coming to them for a long, long time. And so I appreciate the $10 super chat. Who blew up the Marine barracks in Beirut? Who took our people in the embassy hostage? This dictatorship has been in a de facto state of war with the United States for almost 5 decades. And President Trump made the decision. He has had enough. We're not going to tolerate it anymore. And we are putting an end to this once and for all. If this devolves into an asymmetrical response from Iran, I worry because we are not set up for that type of conflict. We prepare for everything. Doesn't mean things won't slip through, but the best defense in a situation like this is an offense, a great offense. Go in and knock them the hell out before they can do anything. And in terms of the sleeper cell threat, stay on your toes, stay aware, know what is going on around you. Be aware at all times. And again, if something feels off, it probably is off. Go put one foot in front of the other and walk out of there. And that doesn't make you a bad person. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely leave the situation. I really wonder if the A-10 Warthog is in action here. Do you know or have heard? It is in action. In fact, the A-10 Warthog is apparently lighting things up. Let me see if I can find the update of that. Because yes, the A-10 has been used, but I need to get, they released a statement announcing that the A-10 had been used. I want to make sure I got this right here. Let me make sure I got it right. Okay, yes, right here. So I'm going to put this on the screen for you. So on this graphic shared by Central Command, it lists all the jets. So these are the planes and bombers that have been used. We've got B-1 bombers. We got B-2 stealth bombers, B-52 bombers, F-15s, F-16s, F-18s, F-22s, F-35s, and the A-10 Warthog is kicking ass in Iran against regime targets, going in, doing what must be done. And that's not even a stealth plane. That's not a stealth plane at all. And so the fact that we're flying the A-10 Warthog in really goes to show the level of control we have over the airspace of that country. And we will continue to dominate the skies of Iran for as long as we possibly can and as long as we need to. Once you gain air superiority, you're not giving it up. You're not giving it up at all. And all right, we got right now, new strikes are underway against Iran at this very moment. I'm going to put this on the screen. This is an announcement from the Israeli Air Force. The Air Force has just begun another wave of strikes targeting the infrastructure of the Iranian regime. So more airstrikes are underway at this moment from the Israeli Air Force against targets in Iran. Live on air, we are learning this as it comes in. So the strikes are continuing across a wide range of, or variety, I should say, of targets in Iran. All right, we're looking for updates. We're looking for updates, seeing what we got, All right, we got some more super chats coming in. Clearing those mines won't be easy. From my understanding, they are rocket-propelled mines. I don't know what mines they are or are not at this time. So we are talking again about the Strait of Hormuz. For those of you just joining us, I will put this on the screen for you. This is President Trump's response, the military response to the mining. So after they mined the Strait of Hormuz, President Trump announced that we had started sinking ships involved, and this is footage of those ships being sunk. So we are hitting their ships in retaliation for them mining the Strait of Hormuz. And those bombings will continue for the foreseeable future. All right, checking for more updates, seeing what we got coming in. Stick with me. We'll let this roll on the screen for a moment as this continues. And then there's another video I want to show you all of the missile strikes. Let me find it for you here. Right here. Oh, wrong one. All right. I'm going to find this real quick. Give me a second. All right. Here's another one of us hitting them. Let's watch it. So this is drone footage of drones coming in and knocking those things out. As we continue to dominate and crush the enemy wherever they may be hiding. I'm trying to find a very specific video. We might have to just give up on it here shortly if we cannot. Give me 1 second. We'll get to some super chats here. But yes, so the Strait of Hormuz. Why is the Strait of Hormuz so incredibly important? It is where 20 to 25% of the world's oil moves from. The Iranians are attempting to shut it down. They are attempting at this very moment to figure out a way to tank the global economy by tanking all of the oil shipments and sending oil exploding through the roof to bring damage to America. They want to stop all commercial shipping and they want to sink every Navy ship. So they have mined the Strait of Hormuz. The United States immediately responded with strikes against them. All right, I found the video I was looking for. Love this video. Going to put it on the screen for you now. We'll go full screen. Full screen. This is a new rocket system that is in use right now in the war against Iran. It is known as a precision strike missile, a PRSM. Let's watch it. These are missiles for Iran. Can we see some American flags in the chat right now? Celebrating how epic this is. And then footage right here as well that I will put on the screen for you all. Right here, more footage coming out from the war, released by the White House. This is footage of a variety of Iranian regime targets getting lit up like a Christmas tree. Let's watch it. So you're going to see the explosions continuing one after another. One after another as we hit everything we can get our hands on, crippling the Islamic regime's ability to wage any kind of offensive action against the United States of America. I'm seeing some chatter that Tel Aviv might be taking hits. We do not know. I'm going to wait for confirmation of that before I share it on the screen. So you can see more targets getting hit. Keep your questions coming. We got time. And then maybe if we have a moment at the end, you guys can we'll get the dog in here. We will bring in Dusty the dog at the very end. Now, also, Have you guys seen this moron? I'm going to put this guy on the screen for you. Do you guys, let's watch this. Do you guys know who this is? Do you all know who Scott Ritter is? He is the biggest clown when it comes to this stuff. Let's listen to Scott Ritter have no idea what he's talking about.
Enter the Turks. You see the Turks now, they have two facilities. They have one in Princelik near Diyarbakir. They have another one, I think, is Kirinjik, also near Diyarbakir. The Princelik facility is an old Cold War era facility used to track satellites. In 1997, we turned it over to the Turks. The Turks may or may not have kept it operational. I don't know. But it is capable of doing detection. Why? How do I know? Because in the Gulf War, we, the United States, used it to detect Iraqi missile launches to provide Israel with the detection of launch, time of flight, and possible impact. And so it was a valuable system. That system still could be used today to track the Iranian missile launches. Then there's the one in Kirinjik. This is a Mark 41 Aegis ashore missile defense systems in Poland and Romania. But now, in addition, because the Iranians have taken out all the radars in the Middle East, the Turkish radars are now collecting the data and feeding them into the system. So you may ask yourself, why would Iran attack Turkey? Because Turkey's providing targeting data to the ballistic missile defense shield. And so Iran wants to basically make it up. Turkey is not an innocent partner party in this conflict. Turkey is an active participant in this conflict, and they're repurposing.
Okay, that's enough. I've heard enough of Scott Ritter. Do you guys know who Scott Ritter is? Let's see what you guys think in the chat. Do you all know who Scott Ritter is? Dude has no idea what he's talking about half the time. And then we've got this absolute dumbass of epic proportions. Mohammed Morandi. Do we all know who Mohammed Morandi is? Mohammed Morandi is a professor in Iran who spreads propaganda like this. As the Epstein coalition bombs decoys, and the decoys below were bombed last year, but are being republished now. Iran has placed all sorts of decoys everywhere. This is how dumb this guy is. So, well, oops, I didn't realize there was music, but watch. If it's a decoy, why is there a fuel explosion when the missile hits? Anyone want to explain that to me? Anyone want to explain how it's a decoy, it's paint on the ground, but when a missile hits it, there's a massive explosion? I might have been born at night. It wasn't last night. I'm aware of how this stuff works. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Be very careful about what you believe online. There are a lot of bad faith actors. There are a lot of liars. There are a lot of people who will say anything for attention. Morandi and Scott Ritter are right at the top of the list. Right at the top of the list. Yes. Okay, someone brought this up. I'm going to put this up on the screen. Our consulate in Toronto was attacked with gunfire today. I'm going to put this on the screen for you all. Right here. The U.S. consulate attacked by gunfire. Shot at, as you talk about inside threats. You talk about the threats of what might be coming. This is what we're talking about. They're going after our consulates. They're going after anything they can try to hit people that are loyal to the Iranian regime. So keep your head on a swivel. Stay ready. Understand that it's going to get violent. It's going to get dark. It's going to get dangerous. That is just the way it is. So I'm going to pull this off the screen right now. I'm going to do a quick update check. Guys, again, bottom of the screen, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. I know they are trying to censor me on Instagram, so you have to search for the full name, the full username. They don't want the truth out there. And like I told you before, this could get demonetized. I'm not able to make any money on it other than the super chats. I'm going to tell you the truth, but it might cost me everything in the process. But that is the cost. We are a nation at war. The public deserves to know what is going on. So if you have any tips, or just give me a follow on both sites. There was a funny comment. I'm not. Someone said people will say anything, like David's giving away free beer. Give me a follow on both sites. You'll have the best information on all of YouTube. You will know more than anyone else about what is going on. All right, let me do a quick update check. Figure out whether or not we know what is going on. Give me a moment. All right, we have footage. There are defections underway. I'm going to put this up on the screen. This is an IRGC besiege. Oh, I got to get it up there for you. My bad. This is an IRGC besiege member film leaving his post saying he believes the Islamic regime is over. Standing inside what he says is a besieged barracks that used to be a school. He explains that everyone there has already left. Everyone is gone or leaving. I'm going home too. It seems like the regime is finished and we should surrender. I just hope people don't take revenge on us. So let's see what he says in this video. Reports are underway now of defections in Iran. I don't speak this. If anyone knows what he's saying, let me know in the comments. He's reportedly announcing mass defections. Defections are I'll pause it on a part where you can see them. Defections. So for those of you joining who might not have heard, this is reported. Defections are underway. Get your chats ready. I'll be answering some more here shortly. Defections reportedly underway in Iran from the IRGC. If the IRGC defects, the government is finished. The only group in Iran willing to fight and die for the government at any cost is the IRGC. And now we have unconfirmed reports that IRGC defections are underway. If that is true, that is a massive, massive development. We're going to need a lot more defections, but it appears that it is possible. That is underway. All right, here we go. We got some more chats. $50. Thank you very much for the big super chat, for your piggy bank. Hope it helps, brother. It helps immensely. This is not free to do. I have to pay for the streaming software. I pay for that all by myself. Got to pay for the lights, subscription services to get the best information. So every dollar I get from super chats goes right back into making the product as good as I can for you guys, so that you feel confident and you trust that you are getting the best information on the internet. So I appreciate everything you guys are able to send my way. It goes a very, very far. It goes far. That's what I'll say. It goes very far, and it is very much appreciated. $50. That is a huge help. Thank you very much. And then I've seen more secondary and third explosions than I have actual ordnance. Yes, Tony 2A bet. We love Tony. That is because what you are seeing is the hold on one second. Got to make sure we don't have anything. Thought we might have a slight issue there, but it looks like the issue's been avoided. What you're seeing is they're bombing warehouses loaded with explosives, loaded with ammunition, loaded with missiles, loaded with rockets, loaded with drones. So when a bomb hits something like that, you're going to get secondary explosions. So you're going to get the bomb that explodes, and then everything inside is going to start cooking off, at which point you're going to see a ton of explosions in the air. So thank you very much for the super chat. Now, we have some comments from Dan Kane as well. I'm going to put these up on the screen for you. By the way, can we take a moment here to give a round of applause for how great Raising Cane is? Raising Cane is outstanding. Get this on the screen for you here. So he spoke today. This is the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, the most impressive general, in my opinion, in the United States military. He spoke today announcing updates with the war and how much we are crushing the Iranian regime. I'm going to play this. I got to step away for 30 seconds. I've been here for an hour and a half already. I'll be right back, but I'll let these comments roll while I'm away. Listen to every word. It is amazing information. All right. So that is General Dan Raising Cane announcing that we are just dominating them across the board. And we now have major news coming in. As of this moment, multiple airstrikes are underway. We are hitting Iran right now in real time. We are hitting Iran in real time as this is unfolding. We are learning that more airstrikes are underway at this very moment, and we continue to pummel them. We do not have footage yet of these airstrikes, but we know they are underway. So breaking news, we have breaking news. Massive airstrikes are underway. So we will wait. We will watch for the videos of these airstrikes as they come out. Now, General Kane talked about sinking Iran's lone carrier. I'm going to put this on the screen for you. So for those of you who don't know, Iran spent a ton of money and a ton of resources building a drone carrier and a helicopter carrier. It was the crown jewel of their Navy. It was supposed to dominate the Strait of Hormuz, which, as we talked about at the start of the show, has now been mined. It was supposed to be their weapon that could turn the tide in their minds of the war against the United States of America. What you see here on your screen is that drone carrier. And what we are about to watch is they thought that drone carrier would save the day. It will not. It did not. Let's watch it right now. So that is missile impact, everything going dark, and then there's the explosion. As the war continues to rage on, and we continue to show the Iranian regime, we will not back down. We will not surrender. There will be no surrender of any kind from us. Unbelievable. So they spent all this time, all this money trying to get a carrier, and we sunk it with absolute ease. All right, we got a lot of super chats coming in. I'll get to them. Praying from Canada. God bless. Thanks so much. Take care. While not a big fan of the Canadian government, I love Canadians. Canadians are some of the best people on the internet. So thank you very much for the support. I hope that you guys get some better leaders up there. I appreciate the fact that the good people of Canada are standing with the good people of America, a historic ally of the United States that has continued to stand by our side and is full of great people when we need them. All right, I'm going to check again on Tel Aviv. I'm hearing some stuff out of Tel Aviv, but I have not been able to independently verify it at this time. So I'm going to hold off until I get verification from a source and we know that it is. Let me check this. We have a way to check this. We're going to check Tel Aviv. We'll check the live feed. Oh, hold on. I'm not going to put this on the screen yet because I don't know if it's true or not. I watch all of your videos every day. $20 from Betsy B. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. The only reason I'm able to do this is because you guys are all here and you guys are the best audience on YouTube by far, without question. So I'm looking at the Tel Aviv skyline right now. I do not see any explosions. Of course, that doesn't mean you can rule anything out. So we do not know. And speaking of information, let's talk about the girls' school that was bombed. Let's talk about the girls' school that was bombed in the opening days of the war. There are a lot of people on social media who are making claims that the U.S. must have done it, that the U.S. must have done it. This is being pushed by Iran propagandists. This is being pushed by deranged people here in America, some, not all, to paint America in a bad light. Here's the fact of the matter. We do not know, as of today, for sure what happened. We do not know. Was it the U.S. on accident? Because the U.S. doesn't target civilians. The United States, the most moral army on the planet, most moral military on the planet, never purposely targets civilians. Doesn't mean accidents don't happen. Doesn't mean collateral damage doesn't happen. But we never purposely do it. I don't know what happened there. It could have been an Iranian missile that was getting GPS jammed and fell out of the sky. We don't know. So what I would encourage everyone to do when it comes to, wait, can you guys all hear me? Oh, was there a problem with the audio? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Should I play it again? Oh, was it? That's terrible. All right. You know what? I apologize. Let me know. I'm going to play it again. I don't know what happened. We must have had a tech issue. Hold on. I apologize. My bad. So this is what he said. Give me 1 second. I apologize. Did not do that on purpose. I did not realize. Was there no audio? Everyone let me know in the chats. Was there no audio when Dan Kane was talking? So, all right. I'm going to do a poll real quick. And if you guys couldn't hear it, I will put it back on the screen for you. But I just want to make sure that I didn't mess that up. I want to make sure. Okay, so a lot of you are saying no, you couldn't hear them. I'll let some people. All right, so people are saying there was no audio, but can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hold on. All right, so there was no audio. I apologize. We'll do this. I will put it back on the screen. I will make sure you guys get to hear his comments on the war update. I have no idea how that happened. Let's watch his comments.
CENTCOM continues to make progress across the
Can
southern
you hear him
flank.
now?
To date,
Do
they've struck
thumbs up or just
more
say
than
yes in the chat.
5,000 targets. U.S. Strategic Command bombers recently dropped dozens of 2,000-pound GPS penetrating weapons on deeply buried missile launchers across the southern flank. We also have struck several one-way factories to get at the heart of their autonomous capability. And of course, alongside our regional partners along the southern flank, continue to execute intercepts against one-way attack drones using fighters and attack helicopters. Our strikes mean we've made significant progress in reducing the number of missile and drone attacks out of Iran. Ballistic missile attacks continue to trend downward, 90% from where they've started, and one-way attack drones have decreased 83% since the beginning of the operation. A testament to our air defenders and our air defense systems, and as I said, our partners in the region continue to do great work as well. Second, we're making substantial progress towards destroying the Navy. In the first 10 days of the conflict, we're more than 50 Iranian naval ships into the campaign using a combination of artillery, fighters, bombers, and sea-launched missiles. As Admiral Cooper noted last Thursday, we struck and sank an Iranian drone carrier ship, and U.S. CENTCOM continues today to hunt and strike mine-laying vessels and mine storage facilities. This work will continue. Third, against our objectives, we've begun to target Iran's military and industrial complex, again, focusing on centers of gravity to get upstream of the shooters out in the field in order to deny them the ability to continue to generate those one-way attack drones.
So those were the comments that I guess you guys could not hear the first time around. I'm using, I'm streaming. We have audio issues every once in a while. I appreciate you guys letting me know that so that I could play that for you, because he dropped some very important information down there. Ballistic missile fires down 90%, 50 Iranian ships sunk, drone firing down massively. We are hitting their factories so that they cannot produce more weapons. This is an all-out assault on the Islamic regime and any and all assets they have. And by the way, I've said it before. I just said it a few minutes ago. Let's get a round of applause for Dan Kane. That guy is an unbelievably impressive dude. He's an unbelievably impressive general, and he is making sure we continue to take the fight to the enemy. No better man to have as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs in a time of war. He's analytical. He's forward. He makes it known what is going to happen, what is happening. And escalation is underway. We continue to hit targets. The Iranians continue to try to throw missiles at whatever they can. But I love Dan Kane being the man in charge, and Dan Kane being the man who is leading this war effort. All right. So we'll get to some more questions here from you all. You guys have been killing it tonight with the super chats. Remember, $10 minimum. Just because we got so many, I got to be able to get through all these. This is from Mountain Man 266, $10. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Like I say all the time, if it weren't for you guys, I would never be able to do this. You have helped me make my dream come true of just being able to live in the moment with the news, monitor the situation, and we're all in this together. We're all in this together. You guys are a much bigger part of this than I am, because without you, I would just be talking to a blank screen. But you guys tuning in, and thank you for trusting me with the information that I am sharing. And hopefully you guys feel like I'm giving you the satisfaction you're hoping for in terms of getting the information you need to be informed on the situation. All right. $50 from Edward Stossel. Thank you. Huge super chat. Thank you very much. Thanks for everything you do. I'm a daily watcher. Thank you for being a part of this. Like I just said, you guys are the reason I'm able to do this. You guys are the reason that this is not just fun for me, but it's something I'm able to come in and do here every day with you guys and live out what is always a good day for me. All right, we got Robin for $10. My son served on the USS JFK during the Iraq War, loaded ordnance on the jets. Badass. Thank you for your son's service. That is awesome. I've said this before. I'll say it again. The line of people, okay? The line of people that is necessary for a successful operation is massive. And it's the people at the end of it, whether it be the Army Rangers, Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, fighter jet pilots, bomber pilots. They're the ones who get all the glory. A man much smarter than me once told me this. I don't know if he would like his name to be out there, so I'm not going to say it. Former Tier 1 operator. But what he said very well was that everyone that comes before the execution of the action, if they don't do their jobs well and they don't do their jobs perfectly, the end result can never happen. But they get none of the glory. They get none of the public praise. They get none of it because they're not at that final execution moment. And that's really unfortunate. It's really unfair. So whether it's the cooks making sure everyone's well fed, whether it's the men and women loading the bombs on the plane, whether it's the weathermen, critically important. You're going to fly helicopters and planes. You're going to need to know what the weather is, right? Whether it is the person responsible for fueling up the helicopters and planes, the maintenance people, every one of them has to execute their job at the highest level. And if they don't, the mission will fail. So major credit to your son. Thank you for his service. I appreciate the fact you let us know that. I hope you're a proud mother. I have no doubt that you are. All right, we got $11.99. No message, but from Shockman, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. €11.99 euros, actually. Hey, Hook, retired 160th in the house. Damn. Hey, let's give it a round of applause. Let's see some American flags for the 160th. This is from Jack Sparrow. I'm sure that is not his real name. My boys are itching for the drop-in. Love from Limestone, Tennessee, founded in 1777, home of Davy Crockett. Remember the Alamo. That is one of the coolest super chats I've ever seen, to know that we have a 160th member in the house. If you want to reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter, hit up my DMs. Remind me of this super chat. I would love to talk to you off the record privately. Guys, the 160th, the Night Stalkers, best helicopter pilots on the planet, best support crews on the planet, best everything when it comes to helicopters on the planet. And while we're talking about the 160th, let's talk about Eric Slover. I'm going to see if I can get this video up for you. Eric Slover was, I'm going to pull this up. Let me see if I can find it in the transcript. This moment, I got to make sure I find the right moment in the video. All right, we're going to play this. I'm going to put this on the screen. This is Eric Slover, the 160th helicopter pilot, lead pilot on the Maduro raid, being awarded his Medal of Honor, shot 4 times. 4 times. And he landed the helicopter with the Delta Force assault team on it. If he had not kept his composure while bleeding out, taking 3 rounds to the legs, and I believe the 4th round to his, literally went through his hip. And he landed that helicopter and got it back in the air. So I want the chat right now to be loaded with American flags.
Jonathan Braga, to present Chief Warrant Officer Slover with our nation's highest military award, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
I'm going to pause it right there. Number one, look at the way his wife is looking at him. She is in absolute awe of her husband. And why wouldn't she be in awe of her husband? Her husband executed the mission to perfection. It is a miracle that he is still alive. He easily could have died. He didn't just get shot 4 times. He got shot by 4 armor-piercing rounds. Okay? Stop and think about that for a second. And after being shot, he controlled the Chinook helicopter he was in, got the Delta Force assaulters out to engage the Cuban security forces, got the helicopter back in the air, and spun it around so that the gunners on the helicopter could engage the firing positions. And then, after being shot, look at what is in this photo. He is using a walker to stand up. Now, I heard someone joke that's not a walker, that's a wheelbarrow for how big his balls are. He's got to carry them around everywhere like that. Might be a little bit of a crude joke, but obviously said with the best intentions. If you think you're not capable of doing something, you're having a bad day, think about Eric Slover. Shot 4 times. Easily could have lost control and crashed the helicopter. Everyone on board could have died. And then instead of a mission to capture Maduro, we're now in a very ugly rescue mission. That right there is an American hero. That right there is an American patriot. And that right there is a member of the 160th SOAR. That is what those dudes are like. They are a different breed. They are borderline superhuman. And like I said, they are the best helicopter pilots in the world, bar none. They are second to nobody. And so God bless Eric Slover. God bless his wife. I read, I hope this is true, that she blessed his dog tags before the mission. So very obviously a Christian family, a religious family, an absolute unit, a unit of an American right there. So Jack Sparrow, thank you very much for coming in here as being a retired member of the 160th. I love the 160th. I know 2 guys who were over there and pilots, and they've got some crazy stories. So thank you very much. I'll pull this down now. We've got some more chats coming in. We've got Melissa Lentz, $10. Thank you very much, Melissa. I know the minimum's $10, but Eagles fan Clark, not only is he a great viewer of the show, he's also a member of the channel. So thank you very much. I was fortunate enough to take a ride with the 160th during my time in Iraq. I would love to hear more about that. I bet that was epic. Love your channel, $20. Scott Levine, thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching and supporting. I do my best, and I'm having a blast whenever I'm hanging out with you guys. All right. Let's see what we got for updates. All right. Saudi Arabia under fire. Saudi Arabia is under fire. This is an announcement from the Saudi government. 5 drones have launched on Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has engaged all 5 drones with air defenses and has shot them down. I can report off an official statement from the Saudi government that they have been shot down. So Saudi Arabia out there making sure the job gets done as gunfire and air defenses continue to roar as the war rages on. All right, we're going to check for more updates. See what updates we've got coming in. See what we got. Always want to make sure whatever I'm seeing is 100% accurate. Don't ever want to share something that's false. So I go to great measures to make sure that that is never the case. All right, what do we got? Seeing what updates we've got. All quiet after they launched on Saudi Arabia. So right now, the last update we have is they launched on Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, that is the second time now that they have launched on Saudi Arabia, both times being shot down. Hold on, we might have a situation. I want to check the timestamp on this. Make sure it is correct. All right, hold on. Want to make sure that we know what's going on here. There has been fire on Tel Aviv. We do not know if there have been impacts or if they were all successfully intercepted at this time. So I repeat, they have fired on Tel Aviv. We do not know at this time whether there have been any impacts. All right. I'm going to check something real quick. So we've got refueling tankers. Okay, there might be massive strikes underway. At this time. We have refueling tankers in the air. We have refueling tankers that are up. They're only going to be up to refuel the fighter jets. They're up over Israel. American refueling tankers are airborne, which means fighter jets are likely on their way right now to Iran. I'm going to count them off. I don't know if I can put it on the screen. There are 1, 2. Actually, what I will do is I'll take a picture of it. All right. These are American refueling tankers in the air right now, an immense amount of refueling tankers. Stick with me. Hold tight. Hold in pattern. All right. These are American refueling tankers that have taken to the sky over Israel. It looks like 8 of them. We've got 8 of them. This means fighter jets are being fueled, and a new wave of strikes is likely underway at this very moment. All right, F-22s have joined the fight. F-22s have joined the fight. The world's greatest stealth fighter is now entering the fight. Here we go. I'm going to verify this real quick. Stay with me. This is happening in real time. Give me a moment. I appreciate you guys giving me pause when I got to check this stuff. It appears F-22s. I hate how unbelievable. Okay, hold tight. I just want to make sure this is accurate. All right, here we go. It is. F-22s have joined the fight. I'm putting this on the screen for you now. All right, CENTCOM moments ago announcing, releasing images of F-22s leaving from an unknown airbase. That is what we are looking at here. First confirmation, public release confirmation that F-22s are now in the fight. So the greatest dogfighting plane, even though ironically it's never had to shoot down a plane in its existence because no plane would dare get in the air when it's anywhere near. F-22s have joined the fight against Iran. We do not know where this is. We do not know where this plane is taking off from. We do not know where it is going to strike. But as you can see on your screen right now, we have confirmation that F-22s are on the move, they are airborne, and they are joining the fight. So give me a second. We have some more photos here just released. Hold on. Hold tight. Now, it's likely and almost certainly that F-22s were in the fight. And remember, everyone, we're doing $10 minimum for the super chats tonight. And we have a lot of people who are just joining us now. If you haven't, please like the video and make sure you are subscribed to the page. That is critically important to get the truth out of here. Let's see what other pictures they released. So that, I believe, is an F-16. If that's wrong, someone correct me in the comments. Heading out with a full-on payload of weapons right here. There is an F-18 or an EA-18 Growler, which the Growler is the electronic warfare variant. And then here are the F-35s taking off, bound for Iran. Bound for Iran as the war rages on. So we can now confirm at this moment in time, refueling tankers are in the air, and we have F-22s. We have F-22s that are bound. Hold on. I'm checking information as it's coming in. F-22s are bound and involved in the fight. If we've got F-22s underway, it's going to be a bad time for whoever they're targeting. That much I can guarantee you. All right. We got another super chat here. I'll pull this down. This is $10. Jack Sparrow, the 160th vet. This is for my cousin Terry Ledford, 160th pilot, Vietnam, Grenada, Desert Storm, from Little Birds to Chinooks, from Cobras to Hueys. He's my heroes. He's my hero. Family ties. We own the night. 160th for life. You know what? Let's get some American flags in the chat for Terry. This is to Terry. Thank you for your service, fighting in 3 different conflicts, from Vietnam to Desert Storm, 160th. Night Stalkers, don't quit. This is for your uncle or your cousin. Sorry, this is for your cousin. All right, what do we got? What do we got? I'm seeing the USA flags come in for Terry. Hell of an American, I have no doubt. Hell of an American. All right. Update check. Ooh, there's something that was pretty graphic. Uh-oh. Breaking news. Breaking news. A U.S. diplomatic facility in Iraq has been hit. I repeat, this is terrible. A massive drone assault has hit a diplomatic facility in Iraq on Tuesday, a suspected retaliation by pro-Tehran Iranian regime militias to the U.S. in Israel's war in Iran. Hold on, I'm going to hold up, see what more information I can find. Whoops. Hit the wrong button. All right, hang tight. Hang tight. It's in Baghdad. We are hearing a U.S. diplomatic facility in Baghdad has been hit. I repeat, they have hit a U.S. diplomatic facility. Not good. Let's pray at this moment that everyone in the facility is alive and hopefully completely unharmed. Unbelievable. The escalations continue. As I titled, total escalation is underway, and you better believe it is. This war is far from over. All right, I'm going to see what we've got here, checking for any more updates as they come in. So for those of you just joining us now, we've been covering the war in Iran all night, coming up on 2 hours here. As we hear that the wars are continuing. The combat operations are not slowing down. The combat operations continue underway at full speed. Keep bringing your questions. I'll keep answering them. So we have ballistic missiles now that have targeted a wide range. Hold on. All right, we have footage that is allegedly of Iranian missile launches. Hold on. This is footage allegedly released by the Iranian government. Here we go. This is missile launches on a variety of targets. So this is alleged footage showing missile launches at a variety of targets. Is there someone I need to block? Is there someone I need to block? Who's causing problems in the chat? Point them out to me. Point them out to me, and the old trigger finger will get rid of them. Who is it? Point them out right now. If I see him, he's gone. Georgie, we're getting rid of someone named Georgie. All right, he's getting blocked. The chat's saying he needs to go. He's going. Where is he? I'm hunting him like a sniper. I'll find him. Don't worry. You can't outrun me. I might not be as good as Delta Force or SEAL Team 6 with a gun. Not even close. I want to be clear. But when it comes to take out idiots on, here we go. Found him. Found him. Target down. Target down. He's been blocked. He's been blocked and banned. See you later. See you later, buddy. You're never coming back. He's gone forever. Gone forever. All right. We might have some statements from Pete Hegseth. Also, my hair is getting really long. That is just the way it is. All right. I'm checking to see if we might have some Pete Hegseth comments. Let me see here. Checking them out. All right. Pete Hegseth weighing in. I'm going to put this on the screen for you here. Okay, so Pete Hegseth reacting to the mining of the Strait of Hormuz and that we have sunk their ships that tried to mine it. Okay, I'm looking at some other information real quickly. It says at the direction of President Trump, CENTCOM has been eliminating the mine-laying vessels in the Strait of Hormuz, wiping them out with ruthless precision. We will not allow terrorists to hold the Strait of Hormuz hostage to the weakened Iranian regime. You have officially been put on notice. So that right there, Hegseth confirming that the bombings are underway. The bombings of the Iranian ships are underway as we continue to hit targets wherever we can find them. Wherever we can find them, we are going to destroy them. There will be no safe refuge. There will be nowhere to hide. All right, I'm looking for updates as they're coming in. Hold tight with me. Hold tight with me. as we look for the latest updates. Seeing a lot of weird stuff pop in. All right. So everyone's happy that George is gone. Everyone's happy that George is gone. So in this moment, I have made it clear that we will always honor the Americans killed in the war. We have another one since I did a live stream. I'm going to put him on the screen for you all. Want to make sure I have all their names. I'm going to put this up on the screen for you. This is the latest member of the United States Armed Forces who has passed away. Let me get it on there for you. So this is the 7th member of the United States military to pass away since the war against Iran started. Just give me a moment here. I'm trying to collect myself. This is Sergeant Benjamin Pennington, 26 of Glendale, Kentucky. As I always say on these streams, a man dies twice. You die when you lose your physical body, and you die when no one ever says your name again. So I will always, always keep the names of those who have died alive here for the audience, the country, and to make sure their memories stay with us. So this is the 7th member of U.S. Armed Forces, Benjamin Pennington of Glendale, Kentucky, passed away from wounds sustained in the combat operations. Let's say a prayer for him in the comments. Let's see a lot of American flags in the comments. Let's say a prayer for his soul. Let's say a prayer for the family he left behind, the friends he left behind, the community he left behind. He's 26 years old. He's younger than I am right now. So Benjamin, and to Benjamin's family, and those who will never get to talk with him again, laugh with him again, share a drink with him again, this moment is for you, and we honor and we are grateful and we recognize we will never be able to repay your sacrifice. The least we can do is keep your memory alive. So I want to raise a toast to Benjamin Pennington, 26 years old, of Glendale, Kentucky, who paid the ultimate price for this country. This is to you, Benjamin. Man, that's tough. 26 years old. 26 years old. It's hell. It's absolute hell. But things worth fighting for are. All right, we got a super chat from Justin Beeler. It's worth $10 to say the info is great, but you talk way too much and always have the same bullshit clickbait. Sorry, this will upset your husband. Number one, I'm engaged to a woman who is, you know what? I'm not even going to, I just read the name of a fallen American hero. And I appreciate you saying the info is good, but for you to think that would be appropriate at this moment in time, after we just put on the screen what we just did, I am not. If you'd done that some other time, I'd be happy to joke around with you. We just buried another American. And the timing of that could not have been worse. And if I'd known that's what it said, I wouldn't have put it on the screen to begin with. I apologize for that. So I apologize. I should have taken that a little more. I should have read it before I did, but we're not putting that on the screen after we just put a dead American hero on the screen. All right. We got $20 from Dave Hessla. Not even a question. Just $20. Hook, shout out my brothers on the USS Greenville. Jack Sparrow back in the chat. Tennessee submarine down the road from me a little bit, but not far. We love the Navy too. 160th death from above. God bless our boys. Well, this is the most action our Navy has seen in some time, and they're kicking ass across the board. They're hitting them with cruise missiles. They're hitting them with fighter jets. They're hitting them with everything they got. And on that note, do you guys want to see some of the footage of the cruise missiles? Let's see if we can get some of the footage of the cruise missiles launching during Operation Epic Fury. This is the United States Navy. I'm going to put this in the screen for you. This is the United States Navy. I got to pull your question off screen so people can see it. Launching cruise missiles. Here we go. These are missiles bringing justice to Iran. Epic. Absolutely epic. The United States, we've got the best weapons in the world. We've got the best weapon systems in the world. And at the end of the day, you don't want any problems with the United States military whatsoever. And when we're able to lob cruise missiles at the distances we can throw them, we can shoot them, it's always going to be a bad time. Always going to be a bad time for the bad guys who think they have a chance. They have a chance against the United States of America. All right, I'm checking for more updates as they are coming in. Let me see what we got. What do we got? Updates. We're looking for war updates as they are coming in. Let me check. See what we got. Hold on. God, I cannot stand Scott Ritter. I don't even want to see him on my screen. Oh, these are some great comments from Pete Hegseth. I'm going to put these on the screen for you. Pete Hegseth talking about how the United States goes out of its way to defend civilians, and we never target civilian targets. Let's watch. Oops, wrong one. Let's watch Pete Hegseth's comments right now.
Seeing it from the inside every single day, including this, no nation takes more precautions to ensure there's never targeting of civilians than the United States of America. From the boat strikes in the Caribbean, where every single strike is assessed to this campaign here, no nation in the history of warfare has ever attempted in every way possible to avoid civilian casualties. And frankly, that's a point that just isn't appreciated enough. Where things happen that need to be investigated, we will investigate to the question shouted in the back. That it's not open source is not the place to determine what did or did not happen. We take things very, very seriously and investigate them thoroughly, which takes time, and which is why it does take time. But ultimately, unlike Iran, who targets civilians indiscriminately, who we've seen in the intel moving rocket launchers into civilian neighborhoods, near schools, near hospitals, to try to prevent our ability to strike. That's how they operate. And then they set, the targeting of drones and missiles toward civilian targets, hospitals, hotels, airports. CENTCOM's been very good about putting that information out. That's how terrorist regimes fight. They target civilians. We do not. And I can tell you this administration and this Pentagon focuses on that very, very closely.
So that is Pete Hegseth talking about how the United States of America never targets civilians. And that is 100% true. We are the most moral, well-trained, most precise military in the history of the world. It ain't close. Again, do accidents happen? Is there collateral damage? Are there innocent people caught in the crossfire? Yes, that can happen. And it is horrific whenever it does happen. But let's be crystal clear here. The United States has never and will never target innocent civilians. It is not who we are as people. And it's important to say that. It's important to make that clear. And it's important to let the world know that we are the morally superior military. And anyone who says otherwise is full of it. Now, I do want to put this on the screen because I know some people are panicking about the draft. They're worried. Is the draft coming back? Are my sons going to be drafted? Are my daughters going to be drafted? This stems from this. And this is Caroline Leavitt not ruling it out. I'm going to play the comments and then I will analyze what happened. Let's watch it.
Mothers out there are worried that we're going to have a draft, that they're going to see their sons get in and daughters get involved in this. What do you want to say about the president's plans for troops on the ground? As we know, it's been largely an air campaign up until now.
It has been, and it will continue to be. And President Trump wisely does not remove options off of the table.
Mothers out there are
So
worried.
she's saying that President Trump does not remove options off the table. A lot of people interpreted that as Caroline Leavitt suggesting maybe the draft was coming back. I want to tell you all right now, we can debate whether or not people are taking that out of context. It's kind of irrelevant. I'm here to tell you all right now, there is no way in hell under any scenario the draft is coming back. And anyone who says that the draft is coming back is fear-mongering and lying to you. What they are doing is they are trying to make you scared. They're trying to make you nervous. There's no political will. For those of you who don't know, Congress would have to reauthorize the draft. Congress is not going to reauthorize the draft. The president has no authority under our constitutional system to reinstitute the draft. Only Congress can do it. Congress never in a million years will reinstitute the draft. So for anyone who says the draft is coming back, they are lying to you. It will never happen. It is fake news. People are taking this and running with it. It's not true. It's not true. So don't panic. The draft isn't coming back. We also don't need the draft. There is no ground invasion. These are the facts that I'm giving you. So also, I just was sent this video after sharing the moment to Benjamin Pennington, the 7th American killed. This is a video of General Kane taking a moment to honor him. Let's watch that right now.
Last night, as the news has been reporting, we honored the return of Staff Sergeant Benjamin Pennington of the U.S. Army's 1st Space Brigade from Fort Carson, Colorado. When I met Ben's family last night, his mom, his dad, and his sister, they showed me a picture, a drawing that Ben had made when he was in kindergarten. It was clear all the way back then that Ben wanted to do one thing in his life, and he wanted to serve his country and be a soldier. And to the Penningtons, just know how Ben was absolutely a great one. And finally, Major Sorfleet Davies, who returned home this weekend after sadly passing away from a medical condition while on duty in Kuwait. We welcome him home as well and mourn with his family. To the families and the families of all of our fallen, we share in your profound grief. The Joint Force remains eternally grateful for your sacrifice and the gift of a great example that your service members have given all of us. I want you to know that their names will never be forgotten, and you and your family are part of our Joint Force family forever.
So that is General Dan Kane on the soldiers that we lost. And like I said, we can never repay the debt. All we can ask to do is keep their memories alive. And that's the bare minimum. And that's what we will do. All right. We got some more super chats coming in. Thank you to all our service members. Come home soon, y'all. We love you. And we pray for divine protection over all innocents. Amen. Amen. We love our service members. We are all praying for you to get home safely. We understand some people are going to be lost. We understand that. Doesn't make it any less painful. Doesn't make it any easier of a pill to swallow. This is war. This is massive combat operations, but we are in it to win it. And we will honor the fallen, and we pray that everyone comes home safe, understanding that that's not going to happen. We will lose people. And that is an unbelievably serious thing that I hope everyone treats with the utmost respect that the situation demands. So thank you very much from always Wabbit country. Thank you very much for the $10 super chat. Thanks as always for all your work. Do you think any other Euro or Asian countries will get involved military, logistically, support, etc.? I think you'll see more NATO countries come in, not in the direct fight. We've already seen this. The British have started flying patrols. The French have sent destroyers in an aircraft carrier. You will see more NATO countries, I think, take defensive positions. And I think that is probably almost guaranteed to continue. I do want to see if I can find the helicopter shoot down for you all here. Let me see if I can find it. This is a great video I want you to all see. Let me see if I can get it up. Give me a second. I'm going to try to find the video. We will see where it is. Give me one moment. I can't remember if it was the UAE or, well, we'll circle back to it. All right. What else we got? What about the kids soccer team? I got to be honest with you. I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know what you're referring to. Could you elaborate, please? I don't know. I honestly have no clue what you're talking about with a kids soccer team. So elaborate a little bit. If you're talking about the girls' school, Am I good? Am I good on screen? Am I good on screen? It looks like I might have frozen for a moment. If I'm good on, everyone let me know if I'm good on screen. Let me know if I'm good on screen. I think I froze briefly, but I don't know for sure. So let me look. I'm good. Okay, I'm good. Thank you very much. If you're talking about the schoolgirls, we discussed that earlier. I'm open to just waiting for the investigation to play out. Nothing has been said on the record from the U.S. government or military. We do not know. So I encourage everyone to wait for the investigation. Believe it or not, there is nothing wrong with waiting for an investigation. All right, we've got some cool footage here. I found it. This is what I'm looking for. This is a UAE helicopter going up and smoking Iranian drones. Maybe the coolest footage from the war we've seen so far. Let me make sure the audio's on. It is. Let's watch it. Gunfire drone down.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed, sir. Sir, target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Honestly, how cool is that video? Those are UAE helicopter pilots taking the fight to the enemy, taking the fight to the Iranians, going out and shooting down Iranian drones. Should we watch it again just for fun? Let's do it. It's unreal.
Target destroyed. 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 Target destroyed.
Unbelievable footage. Absolutely unbelievable footage. I'll pull this off the screen. We got $10. Remember, guys, super chat minimum tonight is $10. Martin just sending $10. No message even attached. Thank you very much, Martin. Love the support. Thank you very much. We've got another $10 in right away. Jack Sparrow has been crushing it tonight. Hook, this is for my great uncle, Dallas Honeycutt, Army Infantry, remains returned from Korea after over 50 years missing in action, military family life, 160th SOAR. Let's raise a toast. Get those American flags in the chat for Dallas Honeycutt, killed in Korea. And you know what, Jack, and I know that's not your real name, you and I share something in common. You and I share something in common because I also had a family member. I'm going to put his photo up on the screen, killed in Korea. This is, let me share it for you. This is my great uncle Connie, highly decorated World War II veteran who returned for Korea and was killed on a bombing raid in North Korea. So this is my family member who died in the Korean War. And these are a look at his medals. 2 distinguished flying cross. I keep these medals with me. They are literally right off screen right now, in a secure location. 2 distinguished flying crosses, the air medal with 3 oak leaf clusters, and he has his Korean War campaign, and he has his World War II campaigns medals there. And then a different family member of mine has his other medals as well. So that is my family member killed in Korea. And after fighting brutal in World War II on a bomber crew. And as we all know, the bomber crews in World War II faced an unbelievable amount of German gunfire. So to Dallas and Connie, like I said, we can never repay these guys. The least we can do is keep their names alive. So to Dallas Honeycutt and Connie Guilfoyle, thank you for everything you did. And we appreciate, honor, and are grateful for your ultimate sacrifice in Korea, a war that doesn't get a fraction of the attention and recognition that it should. All right, so I'm going to check for more updates. We're going to see what we got going on. We're going to see what we have out of the updates right now. All right, Tehran has been hit. We are going, this is from Phil Gritty. Tehran has been hit. Bombs are falling. We can see the smoke in the air. Bombs are hitting. Tehran under bombs at this very moment. We are learning this together for the first time. All right, we are hearing out now that multiple airstrikes are underway. In Western Iran. Israel and U.S. bombers are up, or American bombers and fighter jets, Israeli fighter jets are up. Multiple airstrikes underway at this very moment. Let's see what we got. Yes, massive airstrikes are underway. Okay, so I'm waiting. I'm holding for more information. Okay, we are going to see what is going on. But we now know that bombings are underway and the air campaign is continuing. All right, we've now got, hold on. We've got more news right now from the the foreign minister. Let's watch what he said.
Nuclear facilities, but they couldn't destroy our nuclear program because it is a and technology, advanced and developed by ourselves. They have also attacked our missile, facilities, but they have not been able to stop firing missiles against themselves. So the firings continues, and we are prepared. We are well prepared to continue attacking them with our missiles as long as needed and as long as it takes.
So that is the Iranian foreign minister claiming that apparently Iran is going to fight this war to no end. I got to be honest with you. I find this guy to be like Baghdad Bob. Do we all remember Baghdad Bob? Baghdad Bob was the foreign, I'm going to pull this off the screen right now, was the foreign, or he was the spokesperson for Saddam Hussein, and was a complete and total clown, hilarious, but a clown. And he would routinely talk about how they were winning the war and they were, crushing U.S. tanks and dominating everywhere. And in reality, everyone knew that absolutely was not happening whatsoever. So Aragachi, I don't think we're actually going to kill him. I think this is who I'm talking about. For those of you who don't know, I'll put him on the screen. Aragachi, this guy. Let me get him up on the screen for you. Hold on. Give me a second. So this is the Iranian foreign minister. He goes out on TV and he's like, we're winning the war. America can't defeat us. They can't do anything. And in reality, it's foolish how ridiculous it is. But at the same time, and I know this sounds like a crazy thing to say, I do find him to be very funny. I believe deep down, he knows everything he's saying isn't true. And he's playing a character. But I'm not joking about this because it is a insanely serious situation. I hope this guy survives, because when the regime finally surrenders, he's going to leave the country. And I just want to we'll bring him on a live. We'll bring him on a Tuesday Night Live. And I just want to look him in the face and be like, did you mean any of the stuff you said? Or did you know it was all fake? Were you in on the joke, or were you a true believer? My theory is he absolutely is in on the joke. He knows they're getting crushed, but he has to say those things because he knows if he doesn't, he's probably going to be in huge, huge trouble. All right. We're going to put this on the screen, play a little bit of Trump's comments about the war. For those of you who didn't see, let me find where they are. Want to make sure I've got them here. Give me 1 second. All right. So I'm going to share this, put it on the screen. And then I'm going to step away for a second while we watch this. I'll make sure the volume works this time.
Very good evening.
And let's watch some of Trump's comments.
Over the weekend, the United States military and the Israeli Defense Forces continued Operation Epic Fury very successfully. Over the past 9 days, we've carried out some of the most powerful and complex military strikes and maneuvers the world has ever seen. Now, you add that up to all of the other things, Midnight Hammer, getting rid of the nuclear threat from Iran, which was a big moment in history, in my opinion, and the great success we've had in Venezuela and all other places. Every place we've gone, we've had tremendous success. But while we're doing all of these things, we're achieving major strides toward completing our military objective. And some people could say they're pretty well complete. We've wiped every single force in Iran out very completely. Most of Iran's naval power has been sunk. It's on the bottom of the sea. It's almost 50 ships. I was just notified it's 51 ships. I didn't know they had that many. Didn't last very long. And these are fighting vessels. They're They're meant to fight, but they're not meant to fight against us. We continue to target Iran's drone and missile capabilities. Their drones are way down. Their drone manufacturing's been hit starting today. We know all of the places they manufacture the drones, and they're being hit one after another.
All right, real quick, we have a special guest, Dusty the dog. Dusty the dog is joining us, a special guest. He's 15 years, well, he's almost 15, 14 years old. You guys loved him last time you saw him, so I thought I'd step out and bring in Dusty the dog. He's a good boy. He's very confused what's going on right now. Hey, Dusty. Dusty, do you want to say hello to the audience? Look how old he is. Oh, he's sniffing around. Like, what's going on in here? Dusty, say hello to everyone. There you go. All right, we'll let you go, Dusty. Dusty's going to get on camera enough, and all of a sudden he's going to think he's a celebrity. Well, he should. My fiance just said now he wants a treat for getting up on camera, and I can hear him running to go get one. So I thought you all would like me to go grab Dusty. He is almost 15 years old, I believe. He's an old boy, but he's a good dog. So we love Dusty, and he loves being on camera. All right, we got another super chat. Yeah, guys, if you want to send me any family member name in the super chat who fought for this country, I will gladly and proudly read their name on camera, and we'll do a toast to them. So shout out to my paternal grandpa, infantry in World War II, Pacific Theater, maternal grandpa, staff sergeant in Korea, and my uncle on the Enterprise in Vietnam. As far as Iran goes, too many decades of crossing lines. Enough is enough. M. Miller for $20. Thank you very much for the big super chat, $20. Like I said, we'll raise a toast to all of them. Thank you for all of their service. Sounds like you have a rich military history in your family, and we are grateful for every single one of them for fighting for this country, wearing the flag of this country, and doing their part to keep this country safe. So thank you very, very much for their service. All right, I'm checking updates, checking what we got. I'm going to look to see. We're going to look at the flights real quick. All right, we do have a lot of refuelers still in the air. A lot of refuelers in the air at this moment. A lot of them are up. We're going to see what's going on here. See what we have. All right, hang tight, hold tight. We are checking for the latest updates amid reports. A lot of different things could be going on right now. What'd you all think of Dusty? Let me know in the chat what you thought of Dusty. Is there a problem? Is someone in the chat causing problems again? Just let me know. Someone asked how I don't know the dog's age. Number one, I got a bad memory. Number two, my fiance had him for a few years before we met. So I've got to always kind of round things up. I did not have him I did not get him when he was a puppy. I met him when he was, now I got to do quick math in my head. So he's 14, I think going on 15. So I would have met him when he was about 7 years old. But if you guys want to see more of Dusty, you guys let me know, and I will bring him back for more future videos. All right. In fact, we'll do a poll. Give me a second. All right, we'll put a poll in. I know it's a serious situation. I'm trying to keep a couple lighthearted moments in here for everyone so that everyone feels like that, yes, it is a very serious situation, but at the same time, we're also trying to, bring a little bit of levity to the situation as well, because we can't be, terribly serious 100% of the time. All right, we have some footage here. We have footage of a B-1 bomber. Put this on the screen for you. Footage of a B-1 bomber bound for Iran, taking off to strike targets in Iran. Let's watch. So there you go. That is footage of a B-1 bomber. On its way to hit targets in Iran. The B-1 bomber, one of the greatest bombers the world has ever seen. All right, hold on. That was loud. We've got more strike footage coming in. I'm going to put this on the screen for you. These are Israeli airstrikes. You can see massive strikes underway. All right, I'm going to pull this off the screen real quick. By the way, did you all see that the F-14s that Iran had, they're all gone. They're all gone. They all got hit. And for our American audience, the F-14 in American history is a historic great plane. And I was hoping the F-14s would be able to survive the war. Unfortunately, they did not. Israel hitting the F-14s, the Tomcats are gone. They have been hit, and they have all been destroyed. So let's watch that right now. I guess Maverick's not going to be able to slip into Iran and find out, fly them out. But let's watch. The F-14s have been hit. The last F-14s operational in military service are gone. And then those are some helicopters getting hit right there. All right, we got a big super chat coming in. $100 from Brett. That was Tehran Tom, not Baghdad Bob. Except for the 7 that escaped, the Iranian women's soccer team was returned to Iran and not given protection by the cowardly Australian Prime Minister. This is a great super chat. I want to talk about this. So the Iranian soccer team, the women's soccer team, showed great courage. They refused to sing the national anthem. If you do that in a country like Iran, you either go to prison or you get executed. Those are the facts of the matter. And they refused. They refused to sing the national anthem of Iran as this was unfolding. They tried to escape, and the whole team, for the most part, wanted asylum in Australia. Some members, it is my understanding, got asylum and are gone. Others are going back to Iran. After the Australians apparently told Trump they were going to let them all stay. Trump even said, if you don't want to give them asylum, we'll take them. America will take them. Give them to us. And there are reports now that didn't happen. And now these Iranian women could be back on their way to Iran. It's still a little murky. We don't know for sure. Again, an important moment to stop and wait for all the facts. If it is true that the Iranian soccer team is on its way back to Iran, it is shameful by the Australian government. They should have protected those women at all costs. And I will compare this to Megan Rapinoe and our national soccer team. They thought they were brave because they all took a knee, or not all of them, a large chunk of them took a knee during the national anthem. And they thought they were all cool and they were sticking it to the man and they were protesting. There's no courage in that. We have free speech in this country. You can do whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. No one's going to care. No one's going to stop you. Those women were not heroes, not even in the least bit. To do that as an Iranian soccer player, you are literally risking your life. Literally. That's real courage. That's real heroism. So I think the fact that Australia did not take them all in is beyond despicable. Beyond despicable. They should have. And it is disgusting to me that the Iranian regime did not. Thank you very much for the $100. That is awesome. We got always Wabbit Country. I'm not trying to laugh because I know it's a serious super chat. Paul Richard Chamberlain, World War II. He was a gunner over the English Channel, and he was my grandpa, father of 11 children. Paul Richard Chamberlain. Is it Chamberlain or Chamberlain? But we'll say Chamberlain. Paul Richard Chamberlain, gunner over the English Channel. This one's for you. Thank you very much for your service to this country. Hold on one second. Got to send a message. Hold on. Stay tight. We're getting information in. I'm just trying to check it and verify it. All right. I'm going to check for updates right now. Updates coming in. Hold on. Hold on. Stay tight. Stay tight. I don't know. I don't know if this is true yet. So I'm going to hold on it. I'm going to hold on it until we get some actual confirmation. Thank you very much for the super chat. And like I said, we will do our best to keep all of their. All right, we've got airstrike footage. Hold tight. I'm getting it ready. Hold on. I want to make sure we've got it right. This is airstrike footage allegedly coming out. Here we go. You hear bombers in the air. We have bombers in the air. You can hear the explosions coming down. You can hear them in the distance. Explosions are hitting. All right, let's do smoke in the air. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. You can hear explosions. Massive explosion. You can hear it. All right, I'm hearing we got trouble in the chat. Who is this Peter clown? Where is he? I'm looking for him. Where is he? I'm looking. I don't see him yet. Where is he? We're hunting him. We're hunting him like the U.S. Air Force is hunting the Iranian regime. What's his screen name? I don't see him. I don't see him. Come on, where is he? Where is he? How far back do I got to go? Stick with me here. Where is he? We're hunting him. We're hunting him. I don't see him. I don't see him. What's his screen name? Is it Peter Moore? Is it Peter Moore? Stay tight. We're hunting. Where is he? Okay, I'm looking for him. I'm looking for him. I'm looking for him. Hold on. Give me a second, everyone. I will find him. Found him. Target acquired. Target acquired. Boom. Sidewinder missile released. He's gone. There we go. He's gone. What was he doing? I could see everyone saying that he was a problem. What was he doing? Don't say anything inappropriate in the chat, please. Like, don't even repeat it what he was doing. All right. So he is gone. Keep bringing your chats. Yeah, missile was released, and Peter could not. He was flying in an Iranian MiG. I'm flying in an F-22. You will never be able to outrun me in any situation. If you come in here and you try to do something stupid, by the way, you're welcome to disagree. You're welcome to have different opinions with me. I don't care about that. This is America. We celebrate free speech. But if you come in and you ruin the night for everyone here, you're not going to be allowed to stay. And I'm going to hunt you down in the chat, and I'm going to eliminate you. I'm going to ban you from the page, and I'm going to make sure you don't ruin it for everyone else who is here to have an informational time and enjoy it. So he just got hit by a Sidewinder F-22 versus an old school Iranian MiG. He never had a chance. You're free to disagree. You're free to think I'm an idiot. You're free to think I'm the dumbest person ever. But we're here to be respectful, have a good conversation, talk about it back and forth. If you're going to be an idiot and go after everyone in the chat, we don't need you here. I don't need you here. Everyone else doesn't need you here. So you're gone. Took me a minute to hunt him down. I will admit. I couldn't find him at first, but I got him. All right, let's keep the super chats coming as we look for more. All right, we've got news. Hold tight. A major Quds force, a major Iranian official is reportedly dead. A major Iranian official is dead, killed in a drone strike, putting this up. Quds Force Colonel Majid Kashefi was killed today in an Iranian drone strike. This, according to reports, a major Iranian official has been killed in a drone strike. Majid Kashefi. So he is dead. Another Iranian official is down for the count. So we are getting them wherever they are. Like I said, there is a lot of combat left. There are a lot of people on the target list left. And we are going to keep hitting them wherever we can find them. So he is gone. He is crushed. Another win for the good guys. All right, we're looking for updates. We are looking for updates as they're coming in. What do we have? What do we have? All right. I'm trying to make sure whatever we show is as accurate as possible. All right, I'm going to pull this off the screen real quick. So I'm gonna put a poll in the chat right now. We're gonna end this poll. 73% of you are voting you want to see more of Dusty. 73% are saying more of Dusty. So I guess we're gonna have to see more of Dusty. All right, we're gonna do a new poll. Give me a second. All right, everyone vote in the poll I just put up. How is the war going so far? Great, okay, terrible. I want to see all your votes in the poll. You guys really liked how I sniped Peter. Got him out of here in a heartbeat. Got him out of here in a heartbeat. All right, we're looking to see what's coming in. All right, early poll results. 74% of you voting, 75% voting early that it's going great. 74% great, 18% okay, 8% terrible. If you think the war is going terrible, I would be very curious why. I'd be very curious why you feel that way. As we continue, okay, so we've got more footage. Hold on, we've got more footage. Israel hitting a Hezbollah commander. Hold on. Let's get this teed up. Here we go. There you go. Bombs away. Bombs away. They are hitting targets left and right. All right, we'll pull that down for now. Let's look at the poll results. We've got 72% saying going great, 19% okay, 9% of you think it's going terrible. I would disagree with that. I would disagree with that wholeheartedly. All right. We're going to do another round of update checks. Hang tight. Hang tight. Wait, hold on. Hold on. What is going on? There are reports that. All right, never mind. That was just some idiot. All right, so we have more information here. I'm going to put on the screen. Let me get it up. All right, this is a list of the countries, the 18 countries that Iran has attacked since the war started. Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Cyprus, Greece, Iran, Iraq, Israel, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Sri Lanka, Syria, Turkey, the UAE, the United States of America. So 18 countries have been targeted and attacked since the war began. Going to show that this situation is only growing more serious and more dire by the moment. It is getting brutal out there. It is getting violent out there. All right, we are getting news now We're getting news now that the women's soccer team has been forced back to Iran. So we are getting news now that Iran's women's team, the soccer team that refused to sing their national anthem, is being forced back to Iran. If that's true, that is incredibly disappointing. And I pray that's not true. I pray that is not the case. That is terrible news. I'm trying to find updates here for you all. That is terrible if true. Hard to stomach if that's the case. I don't even want to think about it. That's so unbelievably disheartening. All right, we got another super chat. Remember, guys, we're doing $10 minimum to make sure everything can get read. For Henry J. Huggick, my father, Marine, World War II, Pelelu. I always butcher that. Pelu. I know I'm not going to spell that correctly. But you know what? I'm going to make sure I get it right before I say it. So give me a second. All right. So it is pronounced Pei Lei Liu. $10. Thank you very much. Your father, a Marine. Was that an island hopping spot? Let me know. We honor his service. This is for him. All right, what do we got? Wait, so do we have confirmation yet of the women's soccer team? Because I'm seeing disputing reports. All right. All right, we're going to do another round of update checks. Let's see what we got. All right, we've got more strike footage coming in. This might have been before the strikes tonight. We're going to put it on the screen. All right, let's watch. Massive smoke in the air. So bombs hitting. And this is another look as the bombs fall. Unbelievable. More unreal footage. All right, I'm going to pull this off the screen right now. All right, what do we got coming in for questions? Hit me with all your chats. All right, what do we got? What do we got? We got $10 from Gray Squirrel 8770. Down with the IRGC, and never forget IRP to Squirrel Peanut. Listen, the IRGC is going down. They are going down. No question about it. We're taking them out. We're going to hit them hard. We're going to hit them wherever we can find them, and we are going to take them out. So I agree with you 100%. I agree 1,000% that we are taking them down. All right, we're going to do a poll update. So after 1,000 votes, 68% of you say the war is going great. 20% say okay. And then we have 12% saying, sorry, the fiance had to pop in real quick. Should I interview her about her bombshell report about the special operations option? Would you guys like to see that? She had to pop in the room real quick. The studio, as we call it. She also built everything you see behind me. So the set, that was all her. She built the bookshelves. Now it's my stuff. The football helmets, Red Dawn, all of it, though. She built the background, and then we threw the stuff in. So she's awesome. Hold on one second. I got to check something. So, yes, the IRGC is going down. All right, we're going to do one last roundup of checks of information, see what updates we have, what updates are coming in as we continue to monitor the situation at the highest level possible. All right, hang tight. We got a few minutes left. We got about 3 minutes left. If you got any super chats or anything, now is the time to get them in. So this is the fourth live I've done since the war started, as we are continuing to monitor the situation that is unfolding as the war continues to rage. So, as of today, what we know is we had a massive day of strikes against Iran, the biggest of the war so far. We continue to take out leadership. We continue to strike Navy targets. More than 50 ships have been sunk at this time. My fiance is texting me photos from her bachelorette party right now. This is what guys do, and this, just different strokes for different folks. We are hitting targets across the board, and we will continue to hit targets across the board. This war is not going to be over tomorrow. It's not going to be over the day after that. The fighting will continue. The bombing campaigns will continue. And for the sake of the world, we better hope that these military actions are successful. And we better hope that everything we're doing to get the job done works. We stand with the troops. We stand with the brave men and women in uniform, fighting on behalf of this country, wearing the red, white, and blue. It's what makes America great. And as we wind down here tonight, I want everyone to think about what comes next and the sacrifices that we'll be asked to make in the coming days, in coming weeks. There will be a lot of people in the media who tell you to panic. I'm here to tell you, do not panic. There is a plan. The smartest military planners on this earth have drawn that plan up. Our military will execute that plan, and when that plan is over, we will have complete and total victory. We are Americans. We are patriots. We support the men and women who go down range and get the job done, and we stand with the free people of Iran, who will be liberated soon. This is a rescue mission, 47 years in the making. And the United States military is conducting it at the highest level of professionalism. So thank you for joining me tonight. We do have one last super chat I will read. They should have brought the soccer team to the U.S. till this settles. In my opinion, a faceplant from the Aussies. They shouldn't have been sent back. If they were sent back, that is unacceptable and 100% embarrassing and shameful to the Australian government. Protect those women at all costs. We would have taken them here in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, we would have taken them. I pray for their safety. I pray for the safety of everyone forward deployed. I pray for the safety of whatever happens next with our brave Americans. My name is David Hookstead. This has been a Tuesday night live stream as the day 11 of the war continues. Thank you for joining me. We will be back tomorrow with regular videos updating the situation. Pray for our soldiers. Pray for those we lost. Pray for our country. I will see you all tomorrow.